This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 28th day of July in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. As Guyana continues to see an increase in COVID-19 cases and deaths, the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, today expressed his support to those private businesses that are mandating staff members to get vaccinated or face regular COVID-19 testing. During his daily COVID-19 update, the health minister said that while there has been no confirmation of the new COVID-19 variants being present in Guyana, all of the signs are pointing to the presence of the variants. He said vaccination is important, especially in the workplaces and in service delivery organizations, noting that the move by the private businesses is to also make their work environment safe.
And you got to understand that that's one way of encouraging a safe environment. Now, if it's a public, a place that offers service to the public, you're not only putting your co-workers at risk, you're also putting the general public at risk if you're not vaccinated. So I think more and more as people get serious and understand the implications of this virus, that you will see more and more people trying to implement systems like this.
The health minister stopped short of saying whether the government will be amending legislation to make vaccination mandatory, making it clear that the government will do what is necessary to protect citizens.
We are looking at what is evolving from an epidemiological point of view, and we would take all the necessary steps to ensure that people are protected.
And while he did not say why his ministry has failed to get sequencing tests done for the new variants of the virus, Dr. Anthony said the new variants are posing some challenges, and many countries are moving to make vaccination mandatory. He pointed out that concern continues to be raised worldwide over the Delta variant, which is fast spreading.
So this variant is a very serious variant, and we would have seen the consequences in some countries, like in India, where literally thousands and thousands of people died from this particular variant. This particular variant is now in several countries, probably more than 60 countries. And in the United States, it is now becoming the most dominant variant and the cause for most of the cases now in the U.S.
According to the health minister, Guyana will continue its quest to get citizens vaccinated to avoid the Delta variant dominating daily lives. Vaccination is not mandatory in Guyana. More news coming up in just a moment.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
Get back to your life. Take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
Jungle Jam!
Jungle Jam,
Jungle Jam!
find as many as you can. Jungle Jam,
Jungle Jam!
the animals are waiting. Monkeys, giraffes,
Dinosaurs!
real excitement in a chocolate bar. Elephant, toucan,
Jaguar!
which ones will you find? Young in the Jungle Jam,
Jungle Jam!
find as many as you can. Jungle Jam,
Jungle Jam!
which ones will you find?
I'm in a rush. Digicel Summer Rush.
Nobody's doing it big like Digicel this summer. Top up with $1,000 or more and collect the letters to spell the word RUSH for a chance to win one of 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs. Yes, you heard it right. 3 brand new Toyota Rush SUVs.
Drive in style for the summer. Hey, Digicel Summer Rush.
Start topping up now.
Turn up the whole place. Tasty snack that have a smile on everyone's face. Ole, got the flavor lock. Ole's got it, yes, this is one's favorite snack. Ole, turn up the flavor now. Ole, turn up the taste that's good so wow. Ole's got it anyhow. Ole, turn up the flavor now. Sunshine snacks, Ole, turn up the flavor.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL.
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
Let GBTI make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
The Giftland Mall announced yesterday that all staffers of the Giftland Office Max who have not been vaccinated against COVID-19 will have to submit a negative COVID-19 PCR test result at the beginning of every week, and they will have to stand the cost for those PCR tests. It is not clear whether the company is instituting the same requirement for the other businesses located inside the mall. In a statement last evening, Giftland said the move is in an effort to protect its employees and patrons and create a safe work and shopping environment. According to the company, it is critical that all people in the workforce get vaccinated against COVID-19 because of the highly contagious variants. The company said its workers getting vaccinated is the logical fulfillment of the ethical commitment of all workers to put patrons as well as their colleagues first and take all steps necessary to ensure their health and well-being are secured. The move by the company is being seen as an effort to force the employees to get vaccinated, since many of them would not be able to meet the cost of the weekly COVID-19 PCR test. A COVID-19 PCR test carries a cost of $25,000. The company therefore wants its unvaccinated staffers to spend an average of $100,000 per month on COVID-19 testing. The Labor Ministry has made it clear that companies cannot force workers to get vaccinated since vaccination is not mandatory. Additionally, under the Occupational Health and Safety Act of the Laws of Guyana, it states that employers will have to stand the cost for medical surveillance or tests required by a medical surveillance program or regulation put in place by a company. With a growing number of private companies demanding that their workers be fully vaccinated or present negative COVID-19 PCR test results at their own cost, the Minister of Labour today said he's consulting with his legal department on the issue. Minister Joe Hamilton, in an interview with News Source this afternoon, reminded that it is still not mandatory for persons to get vaccinated. He said he's already made that clear to the Private Sector Commission. The minister said his ministry has received a number of reports about companies forcing staffers to get vaccinated. On the issue of unvaccinated workers being told that they will have to bear the cost for weekly COVID-19 tests, Hamilton said the matter is being looked at by the legal department at his ministry.
It's a matter I will have to sit with and have a conversation with the legal counsel of the ministry because I was made aware about a specific act and there are two schools of thought and interpretation on what the act really meant. I know this morning, I think somebody sent to me, I think you posting parts of the act that speak to this matter. So I don't want to comment until I have been guided, advised, and I have an opinion from the people who the ministry pays to advise me on these matters. A couple of months ago, I had a meeting virtual with the Private Sector Commission, who wrote me on behalf of businesses, raising the issue about vaccination, and I made a point that as far as I know at that time and even up to this moment, the government national policy is voluntary vaccination and not mandatory vaccination. That is the government's policy, even as I speak to you.
Meanwhile, news source understands that the legal department at the Ministry of Labor has already completed a preliminary report on the issue, and the department is of the view that based on the existing legislation, it would be the employer that would have to stand the cost. A senior official at the ministry also told news source today that it is not mandatory for workers to be vaccinated or to get tested. The official said companies need to be made aware that getting vaccinated or tested remains voluntary. The Labour Minister said the government's national policy on vaccination remains the same, and that policy is that vaccination is not mandatory. He reminded that companies cannot go outside of the law and create their own regulations in contravention of national laws. Minister Hamilton also said it is best for companies to seek out the services of medical professionals and get them on board to encourage their workers to get vaccinated. Let's tell you now that the United Kingdom has announced the donation of 84,000 doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine to Guyana as part of the global assistance to fight COVID-19. In a statement, the British High Commission here in Georgetown said the country's Foreign Secretary, Dominic Raab, announced that the UK will be sending the AstraZeneca shots to Guyana as part of the first batch of the 100 million doses that the UK pledged to the poorest countries of the world. The 84,800 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine will be arriving in Guyana on the 2nd of August. Newly appointed British High Commissioner to Guyana, Jane Miller, said the UK is proud to be supporting the expansion of Guyana's COVID-19 vaccination program. She offered congratulations to the government of Guyana for its determined efforts to roll out the important vaccination, which she said is a key step in the country's exit from all the COVID-19 restrictions that they are going through. She's also encouraging persons to get evidence-based information on the COVID-19 vaccine and to get vaccinated and encourage their friends and family to be vaccinated too. A bilateral agreement was signed between the High Commissioner and the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Health, Malcolm Watkins. As the country's vaccination program intensifies, more persons are going to get vaccinated. The Health Ministry continues to press forward with its vaccination campaign, advising that the vaccines are safe and effective. Matters in the High Court to report now. Attorney General Anil Nandlal has asked the High Court to remove President Irfan Ali as a respondent in the matter filed by the Police Service Commission over the suspension of the commission and the promotion of police officers. The Attorney General believes that having President Ali in the proceedings is in contravention of the Constitution. The Police Service Commission in its case is directly challenging a decision by the President to suspend the entire Police Service Commission and the consequences arising out of that suspension. The Attorney General wants the court to remove the President forthwith from the proceedings. The Attorney General said the court has the jurisdiction under Rule 1902(1) of the Guyana Civil Rights Rule of 2016 to at any stage of a proceeding remove a party on such terms that are just, unless prejudice would result that could not be compensated for by costs or adjournment. Nandlal contends that pursuant to Article 89 of the Constitution, the President is the head of state, the supreme executive authority and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Guyana, and therefore all actions brought against him in his capacity as head of state should only name the Attorney General. Further, Mr. Nandlal pointed out that the President has immunity under Article 182 of the Constitution. And the Attorney General said the law is clear, and the challenge which seeks to include the President is null, void, and of no effect. The hearing into the matter filed by the Police Service Commission is set to come up before Justice Gino Prasad next week.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Preparing for your NGSA exams is always a challenge. The Guyana Learning Channel is here to help. You can go to YouTube using your browser or your mobile device, then search for the Guyana Learning Channel in the search bar. We're live streaming our NGSA booster videos all day and all night. If you want to study a specific subject or topic, you can go to our NGSA booster playlist. You can look at a specific subject, such as mathematics, and then look for a specific topic. Here, you can follow along with the lesson to prepare for your examination. Remember kids, study hard, and best of luck in your exams.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right, walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up, protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, the medical fraternity in Barbados is recommending mandatory vaccinations for frontline healthcare workers across the island, and visa restrictions and a 10-day quarantine for visitors from India, and the third test for all travelers on day 8 of their stay on the island. Those are some of the series of recommendations on travel and economy contained in a document issued Monday by the Barbados Association of Medical Practitioners. Barbados Today reports that in the 3-page document, the organization's president, Dr. Linda Williams, announced that the association was recommending mandatory vaccination of frontline healthcare workers, ideally but not necessarily in the context of a choice of vaccines. The official said with respect to a third test for travelers, it was explained that the organization took into consideration that people will convert to COVID positivity between 5 and 8 days, and so it would be important to keep checking on them. And the Jamaica Gleaner is reporting tonight that the United Kingdom is arranging a mass deportation flight to Jamaica for the 11th of August. This was confirmed by the chairman of the Windrush National Organization, Dr. Desmond Jadu, who told the Gleaner that 3 Jamaicans have been detained since this morning. He was unable to categorically state if those detained today are Windrushers. He said the organization is now trying to collate all the information. The official noted that this is the 4th mass deportation flight that will take place since the Windrush scandal emerged. Scrutiny was brought to bear in 2017 Windrush scandal after the Home Office in the UK illegally sought to remove many members of the Windrush generation on the grounds that they had no right of residency in the UK. And finally tonight, international news. People who have been fully vaccinated in the EU or the US will not need to isolate when going to England and Scotland from an amber list country. The change will come into force next Monday. Currently, only people who receive their jabs in the UK can avoid quarantine when arriving from amber list countries except France. The UK government said the rule change would help to reunite families and friends whose loved ones live abroad. The Transport Secretary in the UK also said it would apply to people who have been fully vaccinated with a jab approved by the EU or the US. Travelers will still need to take either a lateral flow or PCR test pre-departure and the PCR test on the second day after they arrive. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.